Starting from the 1840s, the exhibition shows the growing struggle London faced of accommodating the city's poor people. Slum clearance and the demolition of housing to make way for railways pushed many people out of their homes. While rent in the capital city continued to soar, the living conditions of those people also suffered.
So what we're talking about in the show is the fact that there was a huge homeless population in London during Victorian times, caused by unemployment and low wages. Things like the railways coming to London meant that there were slum clearances, so properties were being demolished. There were no new homes for people to move into, so homelessness was a great problem.
The exhibition also considers how people fought against the notorious workhouse system or used it to their own ends. It reveals the excitements and camaraderie, as well as the privations of living in a common lodging house. The exhibition is a thoughtful look at how the inhabitants of London's new philanthropic and municipal model lodging houses, despite the hardships, managed to make themselves at home.
Well, what we've recreated in the show is this bed, which is a wooden box that would have been used in places like overnight shelters for homeless people to sleep in. And although it looks quite grim to modernise and it looks a bit like a coffin or something like that, it would actually perhaps have provided some security, perhaps a feeling of safety. There are quotations from a woman sleeping in a shelter that had these beds that said actually she quite liked sleeping in a wooden bunk and the feeling of safety it gave her. And it gave you a personal sleeping space. So in some ways, not as grim as it looks to modernise.
Contemporary homelessness is also explored in Home and Hope, with a free parallel display showing young people's experiences of homelessness in London today. This is a collaborative project with New Horizon Youth Centre, a day centre in King's Cross, working with young people who are vulnerable, homeless or at risk of becoming homeless.
I think that there are a lot of things that are the same, but there are also some differences, and the homelessness continues to be a problem today, just as it was in the Victorian period. Yes, we might have different names for different types of accommodation, but there are lots of people who are in temporary accommodation and may not understand that feeling of home and what home means to them. And I think that this exhibition shows that we've still got a way so that everybody can have that feeling of what a home means to them.
The exhibition will be on show until July.